Now, this is a video that I was very interested in watching. This is made by one of our buddies, Branu Onlineu, who was a previous Hoyo shill. And it seems people are telling me that he's seen the light. I'm being told I mentioned this video. I could be being lied to. But I was requested very heavily to watch this by my entire chat the moment I went live. And people were telling me I changed this man's life. I don't really know what they're talking about. They could be trolling.
For around 4 years now. And through that time...
Damn, he's been here for 4 years? Really? Time fucking flies. I remember when this guy started this channel. I remember, like, the first time he uploaded this video. I was like, damn, bro. Another great content creator fell into the trap of Genshin Impact. Truly a shame. I think I was on a walk the other day with Brax and Genizad and Anna. And I said something that I think is very true, which is growing up and maturing is realizing there will never be another big gacha game. There won't be. I think right now there's a lot of creators lying in wake, making content they don't want, waiting for the next big gacha to come. I actually don't think it's ever coming. I don't think there will ever be another gacha on the scale of Genshin Impact and Wuthering Waves. I don't. But we'll have to see. I mean, the games that are up there are going to be Silver Palace, Ananta, and Azure Pamelia. But I don't really think they're going to be blockbuster hits. I think they're just going to be good. Right? I think they're going to be good, and I think they're going to be fun. But I'm talking specifically for content creators. A lot of content creators are waiting for a new game to make their career, when in reality, they shouldn't have a game make their career. They should make their career by stealing other people's content like me.
I've gone through a lot of ups and downs. I've been parts of the highs, parts of the lows, and in my fair share of controversy and stuff like that. And I'll be honest, when I first started Genshin, I had a lot of...
Dude, side note, I've never noticed how much of a glow up Brand Online has gone through. I mean, guy looks so much better right now in 2025. I mean, I don't think he gets enough credit for that. He looks great.
Passion for it. I was working my ass off to upload pretty much daily, get as high quality edits out as I could for you guys. And over that 4 years, my passion definitely dimmed quite a bit. And it's not even because the quality of the game dropped or anything like that. I think I got complacent. I am so incredibly grateful to you all for subscribing and following my content. I want to give you all an insight.
It's really easy to get complacent inside of the Genshin Impact space. And I say this all the time, and like I just want to prove my point here real quick. So Genshin Impact really is a game where it doesn't matter what type of shit poor slop you're uploading, it will get views. It will. I want to remind you guys that I made a video 4 years ago called Top 10 Lakes, Best Water to Quench Your Thirst in This Content Drought, where I was quite literally making a video intentionally trying to be bad, and it broke 100,000 views. I made this video in 12 fucking minutes, and I made around $1,200 from it. It's very easy to get complacent in the Genshin Impact space, as well as the gacha space, because the slop that you put out, the piggies are always ready for the slop. And it doesn't matter how nasty or messy that slop is, people are going to slop that shit up. And it made me lazier as a content creator because it didn't give me any reason to innovate. It didn't give me any reason to make any compelling content because I was being rewarded for pushing out garbage every single day. And if I'm getting rewarded for pushing out garbage, why would I ever want to innovate? I wouldn't. So I left that slop and I rebuilt from ground zero. And now I think I'm much more complete as a content creator as I was when my entire gimmick was, I'm going to go live, play Genshin Impact, and yell. And you can go back through all of my old videos 4 or 5 years ago. That was my plan. I said, I'm going to play Genshin, and I'm going to fucking yell. And that was my whole gimmick. And I was desperate for money. I really was. I mean, I was $1.2 million in debt back in 2021, 2022-ish. And I had bills to pay. But once the crippling debt was overcome, I was like, all right, I guess we're chilling now. I can go back to being myself, which was quite nice.
Into what's been happening over the past couple of years and where I'm at now and what you can expect from me. So as a lot of y'all...
Yeah, guys, now I watch YouTube and yell. To be fair, I actually have been trying to yell less. And I think I've done a great job of that because I realized that when I'm watching like Asmon when I sleep or Moist Critical when I sleep, and when a loud moment happens on the video and I get woken up, I get so mad.
Might know, I started uploading quite a lot less and streaming quite a lot less when I started to plan to move country. I moved from the UK to the Netherlands, and that was a very big mental toll.
Yeah, moving country is a very big mental toll. How did you build up that debt like that? I'm curious. So when I joined OTK, I had to live in a specific neighborhood near the OTK house, which was Miskif's house. and that neighborhood is pretty much the most expensive neighborhood in Austin. And the cheapest house I could get there was $820,000. I had to get that house. I had to live in that neighborhood, right? And I don't know why so many people are trying to shit on me and saying, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have, it was literally get that house in that neighborhood or not join OTK. Non-negotiable. So I said, okay, I will get this $820,000 house, and I couldn't rent it.
I was busy as hell, and I really just didn't have the time to do everything that I wanted to do. Trying to balance content, which is work at this point, with...
How much was the interest? Oh, okay, so the thing with Miskiff was, so it's like indirect interest. So what happened was I was paying him back on PayPal because he told me to pay him back on PayPal. So I paid him back on PayPal, but what they didn't realize is that PayPal takes a cut of me paying him back, and so then I had to repay back that cut, which I didn't know I was going to have to do because I was just told, repay me back on PayPal. I said, okay, right? And so I think it was like an extra, like maybe like 18 to 24 grand. It was literally like, if you watch the episode of Steak and Eggs with Mizkif, he like bitches at me about it. And so I just say, okay, fuck off. I'll pay you it right now. And I just give it to him and I move on. It's literally in the fucking video, actually. You can go watch the Mizkif Steak and Eggs episode. That's me literally paying back the interest. All right, let's keep going here.
Also my own gaming needs and real life, spending time with family and my girlfriend. It was very,
PayPal's
very tough.
ass.
I know, don't get me wrong, first world problems, am I right? But it really was, and I felt like I had to prioritize other things, and I got really complacent because my views were good, I was happy with where things were. Then I started to get really annoyed at myself because although views were good, I knew that they could be better, I knew my content could be so much better, and I knew I could be doing more. 4 years ago I had endless content to go through. I was playing the game for the first time, Genshin Impact only, doing all of the Orcon quests, all of the story quests, exploration, Q&As, all of that jazz. And now 4 years later, it's a little bit different. The landscape of content creation is different. And you'll notice over time, a lot of content creators have evolved a lot over the past 4 years. A lot of people that started off doing story stuff have actually just quit Genshin at this point.
As I predicted. Hey, I told y'all it was going to happen. I told y'all, you want to know why? Because it's not a viable content plan. You can do it for 2 years and have your fun, but you were going back to customer service afterwards, right? I let everybody know. And they told me I was wrong. They told me I was being mean. I'm sorry, bitch. Just because the truth hurts doesn't mean that I'm being mean.
People have pivoted to total different games, but me, I'm still really passionate about Genshin. I love the story, I am knee-deep in it at this point, and I cannot wait to see how it's resolved in the end, and I'm here for every twist and turn throughout the whole plot. But I'll be honest with you guys, one of the big turning points for me, Wuthering Waves came out, and I really enjoyed the gameplay of that, and it kind of made me realize, and again, I really don't like gacha tribalism. I think both Genshin and Wuthering Waves are phenomenal in their own rights, but...
Yeah, but Wuthering Waves is better, though. Like it is. And it's not an opinion, right? It's no, I mean this genuinely. It's like, I mean this genuinely. It is better. Objectively, Wuthering Waves is better. Now, you might like Genshin more, but objectively, it's worse than Genshin Impact. It just is. It's like, for example, you might like a hamburger from McDonald's more, but salmon nigiri is better. It is. It is. Hamburgers, yeah, they taste good, but they kill your body. Salmon nigiri tastes good, and it's good for your body. That's why it's better. Genshin, you might like it, but it's way more predatory, as well as there's way too many features you can get for free in Wuthering Waves, right? So, Wuwa is better. It is. It is. Sorry. Salmon is ass. Now, you may not like salmon, but it is better.
But one thing I will say is, and this isn't going to be a video about just comparing two games, don't worry, it's definitely...
Like, bro, dude, my chat is not an echo chamber. You guys are literally the most obnoxious fucks who battle me on everything.
More of an insight on me, but Wuthering Waves really made me appreciate a good combat system where it can be shown off and utilized to its proper extent. The same with exploration mechanics and stuff, so going from Wuwa to Genshin kind of made me realize that I'm not the biggest fan of Genshin's combat, and it's not because of the elemental reactions. The elemental reactions are phenomenal. There's just not really anywhere to utilize them other than to deal an insane amount of damage. I really would love mechanics in my endgame in Genshin where you can use...
It's been 4.5 years, and there's still nowhere to use the endgame combat. There is still nowhere to use the combat in a combat game.
utilize the elemental reaction system more, but I was kind of in a limbo at this point because I didn't know if I wanted to cover Genshin or Wu War or both, but I didn't have the time to do either. Now, about a year ago at this point, I can't remember exactly when, but I made a tweet saying that I'd pull for C6 Malwika if this...
Uh-oh, I remember this. Bro, I called his ass out so fucking hard over this. I called his ass out so fucking hard for this, bro. Man, this shit was a wild tweet. This was a wild time.
This Twitter account replied to my post, and it happened. And I did C6 Malwika, even though I did allude to the ban as being predatory at the time, and I owned up to my mistake there. Took me a while, but I did, and I was
and I was very proud of him for owning up to that. The majority of content creators, when you call them out for hypocrisy, they become a little bitch boy, and then they hide in their chat and they cry and they try to weaponize their community to brigade every post they do from now on while shit talking them behind the scenes. So shout outs to content creators who can actually handle criticism. Yeah, especially when it's coming from a place where it's just like, hey man, you did something hypocritical. That's not cool. Oh, okay. Rather than... Anyways.
A hypocrite. Now listen, as much as you might hate the guy, Tectone was a big
Hold up. Guys, I want absolute silence. I want absolute silence. Everybody shut up.
But I did, and I was a bit of a hypocrite. Now listen, as much as you might hate the guy, Tectone was a big reason for kind of a mindset shift in myself. He called me out on it, and we had a pretty open and honest discussion about everything on his stream. It was a very interesting time, and I actually owe quite a lot to Tectone for kind of bringing me out of my shell and making me feel like I can speak my mind on a lot.
You want to know why you can, Bran? Because you are a smart, thought out, charismatic creator where you can succeed in anything you set your mind to. You look good, you speak well, and you have it. You have that charisma that people fucking like. You will absolutely kill it. And the best thing is, you take criticism in stride. Abso-fucking-lutely, bro. Abso-fucking-lutely. 100%. Sorry for being a little bit of a dickhead. I like doing some performative shit for sure. I'm not that big of a dickhead. By the way, Bran, and I want you to ask your chat this, right? Because a lot of creators always say, I know you might hate this guy, but Tectone is pretty cool. And just ask them this question, Bran. If I'm so hated, if they don't like me so much, why am I the biggest content creator in the gacha space? Why is that? If I'm so hated, why do I have the most viewers? It's just because the bitches are whining. It's because the bitches are whining. We don't give a fuck about them. It's the vocal minority, and all they do is fucking yap. It is what it is. Now, I'll never be as big as Frogan, but I'll get there one day.
A lot of things because a lot of people in the past have kind of dug at me, calling me either, and don't get me wrong, this goes both ways. I've been called a Hoyo shill and a Kuro bot just for supporting both games. I am a bit...
Everybody in the space has been called both of those things. Absolutely. And they'll just do anything to attempt to discredit you. Yep, they're a Hoyo shill and a Kurama at the same time.
Big believer of those statements.
Ziox may have a chance to move on too, but Jeff will be cooked as the game dies or ends. No, Ziox is cooked. He's absolutely cooked. I don't feel comfortable in saying why he's cooked, but I know for a fact he will be cooked. 100. Now, once again, and I hate saying this, if he were to apologize to me, I could probably help him out because there's some shit that I don't think he knows about. He might know about it. He might know, but no, he's fucked. Oh, he's very fucked, but I'm not going to fucking help the guy unless he reaches out. Zajev, bridge burnt. I'm not offering a guy a rope. Absolutely not. The guy is going to fucking fall off the cliff. He's done. He's dead to rights, 100%. Like, he's cooked. Right? After his content creation career, let's see how much. Let me go over his analytics real quick. Zajev, 77. He's streaming to 1,000 viewers for 10 hours a day. That means he don't work a real job. He's fucked. He'll be in customer service in the next 3 years, 100%. 100%. If he's not in customer service in the next 3 years, I'll give him 100 subs. 100%. Keep going here.
statements mean absolutely nothing. Nobody really knows what a Hoyoshi no Kurobo is at this point. It's just titles to say who plays what game. If you get insulted by that and you get offended, you really just shouldn't. But the mindset shift that it gave me when I had that conversation with Tectone, where I was like, you know, yeah, I was a bit hypocritical. I even called Tectone out on a few things. And we had a good discussion. It basically just boiled down to, I'm going to enjoy what I want to enjoy, and nobody can tell me what I can and can't enjoy.
It was a great conversation.
It opened up the door for me to kind of feel more comfortable about posting about things
I
don't necessarily like or enjoy. It shows you guys a more genuine side, because here's the thing, I was genuine with all of my positivity about Genshin. I deadass was, and I still am, but I guess you can't really class it as full genuineness if you're not also outspoken about the bad stuff, right?
Absolutely.
So after that, it kind of
been saying that for years. Finally, more people fucking get it. Yes, I'm going to teach you a great word. It's called guilt by omission, or guilty by omission. If you were to sell a car and say, yeah, the engine's real good, V8, purrs like a kitten, miles per gallon 32, horsepower 590 for 40 grand, amazing. And then somebody buys that shit and you say, oh, by the way, once they buy, they're like, wait a minute, all the tires are flat and the windows are broken. You lied. No, I didn't. I told you what's good. If you're not telling the whole truth, then you're not telling the truth. It's called guilt by omission. And Genshin content creators and gacha content creators have been doing that shit for a long time. They say, oh, I just want to focus on the positivity. So what you're saying is you want to ignore the negativity because you are disingenuous. Yes. Great. I'm glad more people are getting this in big 2025. Does that make sense?
Ignited a spark in me. And listen, not only did my passion dim, but also my editor's passion. We were kind of stuck in a loop of doing the same stuff over and over. Even on reactions, it was just very cut and dry, cuts and zooms in the videos. So I had a chat with one of my editors a couple of weeks ago at this point, and we sat down and we kind of just discussed the fact that both of us kind of lost a lot of passion, and we really want to get back to where we were and go to new heights as well. I want to push myself, I want to push you guys, and I want to push content in general to another level, at least in terms of what my channel has become over the past 4 years. You might have already noticed, man, over the past week or two, we've been pumping out content, and it's not just to, you know, get more videos out. It's because I've really found a new passion in me to create more content and even diversify the content, dude. I don't want to just make Genshin content. I want to be able to talk to you guys about real stuff that's happening, whether it's YouTube copyright issues or Twitch as a platform imploding on itself, or different games. Just open and honest think pieces to go over with you guys, because I know this community is not dumb. Putting myself and you guys in one kind of bracket of content where it's just the same stuff all the time, it doesn't feel fair on either of us. I want to be excited about making content, and I want y'all to be excited about what content's coming and not just know what's coming and expect it like, oh, there's surely a You Laugh You Lose this week, surely there's a best videos coming. I want to hit y'all with stuff that you just don't expect, and you can watch it and be like, damn, I didn't know about that, or ooh, I don't know if I agree with him on that. Then we can have actual nuanced discussions with each other. My passion right now is an all-time high, and I am loving it so much. I've even made a second channel. I made a Pokemon channel where I was opening Pokemon cards. I've still got like countless boxes around me because I still do this as a hobby, but I've totally quit Pokemon as a business now because it just wasn't.
I will say, there's been a lot of gacha CCs who have been into a rude awakening for what's going on with their content, because obviously they see me, they see how successful I am, and they try to imitate it, and they follow the route that I've gone down. And then they realize when you challenge your audience to nuanced discussions, you will become very aware of who makes up your audience. And I will say, you will never see a bunch more of a bunch of enraged retards than when you try to transition from playing Genshin to covering current events. You are going to see so many miserable people, and you are going to have to bring out the shotgun, and you are going to have to put them down bit by bit, because they are so fucking stupid, it's insane. Guys, I'm gonna blow your mind here, guys. Also, Brand looks high as fuck, true. I'm gonna blow your mind here, guys. Anime fan plus gambling addict doesn't exactly make a recipe for anything good. It is a nightmare transitioning out of that community. And a lot of Genshin people will only watch Genshin, so be ready to rebuild from scratch. But it's worth it once you get to the other side.
Wasn't feasible.
Oh, anime fan plus gambling addict plus porn addict. Yeah.
terms of time investment versus monetary gains. And honestly, it kind of made me start falling out of love with the hobby because I made it a business. So instead, I wanted to do what I know best, which is make YouTube content. So I made a second YouTube channel called Bran, or Bran Offline, where we talk about gaming news, typically drama. And listen, as much as you'll say you hate drama, the numbers don't lie, baby. People just love news and drama. It is what it is. And I really enjoy making this kind of content.
There's a difference between drama and current events. There's a huge difference. People have made the word drama attempt to mean anything that they don't like, and they use it to minimize content they don't agree with. Yeah, they're just retarded. Don't listen to them. Being a content creator means you want to listen to your community, but it also means you want to ignore a lot of the bad actors in your community. Not everybody in your community can be trusted. Not every single one of their opinions fucking matters. And learning that is super important. I want to remind you, Brand, that there's tons of people who tell me to game every day, game every day, game every day, and then I game and then I lose 80% of my viewership, right? So learning who is to be listened to and who to be trusted is very important
as well, to be honest. And my editor is absolutely killing it. The edits are phenomenal with that. That's Ken. And we've got this kind of ecosystem going on now where we can make gacha game content on this channel and then news on another channel. And maybe I'll make another channel soon where it's general reacts or general variety gameplay. But I wanted to open up the floor to you guys to tell me what you want to see from me. If I'm turning this kind of new leaf and open to making all types of content, what do you actually want to see? I hope y'all are here for the long haul.
Don't ask. Don't ask them what they want to see. You got to show them what they want to say. Don't become a Ludwig. Ludwig is a guy who is a slave to his chat. Don't ask them, you just show them. It's a lot easier, right? The Daily Scramble, like I get sent 120 videos every day. I'll pick like 7 of them because I know the other 100 are just like, ain't nobody gonna care about this shit. You gotta show them. You gotta show them what they want.
Because I ain't going nowhere, baby. Passion might dip now and then, but right now, like I say, dude, we are foot on the pedal. Nod Cry is coming out soon.
Audience captured?
Genshin content is going to be at an all-time high. I'm going to be covering Ruwa as much as I humanly can, as well as Genshin. I play it a lot in my spare time. It's a phenomenal game. I highly recommend it. I don't know what's going to happen with Star Rail, to be honest, because I'll keep it a buck, dude. I don't even know how to explain this properly, but with Star Rail, it's like the quests are 8 to 10 hours long sometimes. And if it only gets good in the last 2 hours, I don't want to sit through 6 to 8 hours of to get to 2 hours of whoa, peak. I just don't want to do.
You could do Woo-Wah, where it's just 2 hours of, maybe it's like 20 minutes of mid to an hour and 40 of great. He has a point. Yeah, I know that point that he's saying. I said it 4.5 years ago. I'm glad people are catching on, guys. It's great. It is very cool how Genshin content creators being based in 2025 is just repeating what I said in 2021. Where's the lie? I know. It's always been that way, guys.
Do it, man. I really don't. So I don't know what's going to happen with Star Rail. I know apparently the latest patch is absolutely goated, but the 2 before that were what I just explained. Let me know what you want in the comments, and ZZZ is just not my bag. Listen, I applaud ZZZ for being this incredible game. I think it's probably one of Hoyoverse's best creations. They're hitting a lot of nails on the head. They're getting a lot of things right. It's just not my kind of thing, and I don't vibe with it, so I'm not going to make content on it. It'd just be negative stuff. Honestly, I don't enjoy just making negative stuff for the sake of making negative stuff. It just doesn't fulfill me at all. I'm not a part of the ZZZ community. If I was just grifting negativity on ZZZ, it'd be a bad luck, dude. It really, really would. It's partially because I just...
Yeah, but grifting on ZZZ doesn't do anything because nobody talks about the game. Hey, sorry, guys. I mean, you can hate me for that take, but, like, ain't nobody give a fuck about ZZZ. It's insane. Like, the community is, like, 10% of what any other big gacha game is. Now, people like the porn. People like the music. But something about that game to viewers is unwatchable. And you cannot prove me wrong on that. The viewership on Twitch is non-existent. The viewership on YouTube is non-existent. And trust me, I've tried to get people to care. Nobody cares. And like my videos will still like break 100,000. But how much I have to try compared to any other shit you can just slop out, it's like, nah, bro, the hype's just not there. It's not. Which is a shame because music-wise and character design-wise, it's my favorite gacha. But it is what it is. Sometimes it just happens, man. And in case you're wondering why you don't let your chat decide your content, that's the same thing as a parent going to their kid for, so little Jimmy, what should I invest my money into? You're the adult. You need to figure out what to invest in to take care of yourself. And then you say, come on, Jimmy, let's go to the theme park. It's not your chat's job to decide what's best for you business-wise, right? You have to take care of yourself.
just don't care. Which a lot of you might be like, oh my god, he doesn't care. But like, I don't. Like, I'm not passionate about ZZZ to be making that kind of content. If Genshin fucks up, I'll make a negative piece on it. If it does something incredible, I'll praise it to high heaven. Same with Wuwa, same with any game that I'm actually passionate about and enjoy. But yeah, I wanted to give you all a bit of an insight because, like I say, a lot of things have changed over the past year or so, and I'm really, really happy right now, and I want to push this channel to new heights. Time to stop coasting by, time to get the foot on the pedal again, and let's get this shit going.
Title of the video: he quit Genshin Impact because of me. Great video, man. I saved that man's fucking life. I snatched his soul out of his body, and I brought him to the promised land. We did that shit, man. You should pull Yi Xuan. It's the last day of her banner, by the way. I already pulled her this morning. Let me rephrase that. I jerked off to her this morning. I don't need her.